Hello and welcome back to Factorio Fixit. My name's Negative Root and let's get cracking. We're here today and we're going to be revisiting an old save of ours. It belongs to Kris M. He sent it back to me and he said, I've taken a few of your ideas and I now have a power problem. So this is his factory at 36 minutes, 36 hours I reckon. So pretty good factory, spread out, lots of things going on. Lots of sound, lots of movement. Looks really cool. Now, just turn detailed information back on. Now, we'll notice a couple of things, right? So barely any solar, right? And 75 of these. Now, notice how everything looks. Now, in his gameplay, right? We're gonna load up the next one. So, 39 and 32 is where I stopped it, and that was after a couple of them. So here's his new one. So we'll load this in and see where he's got up to. So, there's a power problem, and we're moving much faster, which is nice. But you'll notice that we've got tons more electric furnaces, another 20 odd roboports, and they're pretty heavy users, more assembly machines, more electric mining drills, and whilst we've added on more solar panels, yeah, power issues apparently. So it looks like Kris has been using the solar design I put down, so I'm going to give a couple of ideas on the best way of getting around power problems. And first things first, you'll notice that we have 5 legs and 5 shields. Now we'll just rearrange this somewhat. And we'll just, oops. Okay. We can run faster now, which is great. Now, what we're going to need to do is find a way of reducing the overall power consumption of our factory. You can see we're moving quite quickly. So we've got all this smelting going on, lots of logistics robots. Now, what I want to do, right, is I want to try and find if we have any of these. And if we do, translate them in. Well, translate's probably not the right word, but request them. Let's put it that way, request. Really looks like my computer doesn't like this fast movement speed. So what do we see? That we've got a massive factory here. And these are all smart inserters. I wonder what they're linked to. Having 2,000. See, we've got plenty of copper ore in the network now. So I think what we need to do is just drop down some factory blueprints and actually make the effectivity modules ourselves. This might take a bit of time. I'll just find a good spot to put them. In here looks nice. Okay. Now this factory design, you can see, is quite nice, quite modular. That's okay. Yeah, we keep lagging to 30 frames a second, and it might be because I'm uploading to YouTube at the same time. This is a rather old PC, so I'm not sure. I don't think it's liking it overly much. So what we're going to do is we're going to make these in that many. We're going to make these in that many. And in these last ones we'll make the effectivity, effectivity 3, right. Now we can set up the orders, right, for just one and one only, and then copy them across. So we'll just want 10 of them and 10 red circuits as well. Copy, and we'll paste across all of those, that's fine. I want it to work when there's less than 5 in the network. So this blueprint is set up to control on the input, which is probably the best way of going. So that's that. Now on this one we're going to need to request in 10 of these. Right. We're going to need red circuits by 10. We're going to need blue circuits by 10. I think that's what we need. Looks like it. So we'll copy and paste that across to there. We want it to work when there's less than 5 in the network. Copy and paste to here and to here. Okay, that's all set up. Now the next step is to get alien artifacts in. So it's going to request in 10 alien artifacts. 10 of these. 10 of these. And 10 blue circuits. Right, and that's going to work when there's less than 5. Copy and paste. See that that's waiting. Right, so that's all that. Now that will start to conquer that side of the power problem. Now, to start thinking about the next bit of the power problem, we come down here. Right, so see this is massively redundant, right? We're not ever going to need all of this anymore. Not with another major defensive emplacement down here, if I think this is what it is. Yes, it is. So basically what we can do, right, is deconstruct this entire thing. 188 lasers, right? There's a shit ton of lasers. Right, and what we'll do is we'll replace it with just a big power pole here. He's got a good amount of construction robots too, which is lovely. So you notice that that's going to disappear very, very quickly, which is very nice. Okay, so we'll just link these two in. Okay, that's that. So I dare say there's a bit of that we could do in the factory, just so you know, those tweaks and removing things that are no longer needed. Now what we might do is just come up here. Not in the factory. Bugger. That's alright. Oh, I'm gonna get trapped in here, I think. Okay, there we go. Now obviously we could run along and just place tons more solar panels. Like that would work. If we did that, we'd eventually overcome the problem and get there. But I feel like I need to demonstrate a couple of techniques on how you can overcome power problems. So, check that out for a blueprint. That's hardcore, man. So on these interior emplacements, right, firstly, probably don't need walls. Secondly, definitely don't need laser turrets, because remember, it takes power to maintain laser turrets. So you don't want to have them going if you don't have to. So part of my suggestion would be run around the factory and remove all interior laser emplacements. So for example, this here, completely superfluous. It's not even remotely required. Okay, again, I suspect this was a blueprint that just got placed down everywhere. And a better blueprint would have been a roboport power line and like a light, for example. Let's have a look here. Yeah, okay. So that's fine. That's fine. Just have a look up here and see what's happening. I think this is possibly a... Yeah, this was other blueprints that got partially started, but never finished. Oops, that's because I'm standing in the way. Wow, check that out. That is badass. Right, so see this in here? This doesn't need laser turrets. Because you'll notice that we've got a perimeter already of things defending us. So we've got perimeter here. We don't need that inside there. Okay. We've got roboports everywhere because of this stream of materials that is just crunching back through. You know, an incredible amount of robots happening. Actually, that might be why my computer doesn't like the save too much. It's this sheer amount of robots. It's badass. I love it. Okay, so see all these lasers in here? They can all go. All of them. I don't want to delete the power line, so I'll just leave that. Delete that. Delete that. And that. Okay. More lasers. Now this is all while I'm waiting for productivity 3s to be built. So once I've got productivity 3s, I can run around and do some serious damage to the power consumption. Okay, delete all of them. No longer required. So this is all, you know, really minor stuff. It's not making a huge difference to overall power consumption in the factory. Okay. This is superfluous now. We don't need this. Okay. That's fine. So to remove, you know, 100 from the system, you know, I think we've dropped this by 3 megawatts, which isn't much, I know, but it's all about the small incremental stuff that we can do. Now we'll run down here and see how our productivity modules are going in our little modular factory. And I reckon we're up to, yeah, we're nearly there. Just need some alien artifacts. So what we'll do is we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just a bit of direct insertion, because that will allow it to build 10 in total. And now, the thing about effectivity 3 is it cuts energy consumption by 50%. So you only really need one of them, and then one of these to go for the max. So what we'll do is we'll request in 10, and we will just drop this and request in 10 of these, because that'll allow us to do 10 items, 10 things to max, which is what we're after. Now we need another one of these, so I'm going to offload a ton of crap right now. Okay, don't need this, or any of these. Don't need that. Probably not going to need any of that. Wish it would do that automatically. We're going to keep them. Repair packs will keep. keep them. Actually, no, we don't need to keep repair packs. We've got them there. Oops. Oh dear. Oh dearie, dearie, dearie. I just need to take all this away, otherwise it's going to give it all back to me. That's not ideal. You can go. So, oops. Laser turrets galore. Man, oh man. Okie dokie. Actually, I'm having a change of plan, I think. We'll just go for effectivity 1s. And just copy and paste those instructions to everywhere. Because with effectivity 1s, we'll get them quicker and I can demonstrate the gains. Right, so wow, 180. That's hardcore, man. That is badass. Right, how are we doing for time? We're doing okay. Rightio. Now where did our major smelting go? Right, so this is going this way. Let's just follow the blue brick road, so to speak. Come in here. Right, here's where it starts. Okay. This is where part of the problem is, I think. You're going to throw speed modules in things, you're going to have power issues. So let's see what happens when we rip, you know, these speed modules out. Okay, they have 0 effect sources now. Just come back to where we were. Okay, that's where we are. Right, let's have a look. Now where's the orange line? You see our orange line. Oops, that's our production. Yeah, I barely made a dent in it. Oh dear. So this will be fun as. So as we receive them, well, our production speed should pick up quite suddenly. So this will reduce everything by 60. Some of them will go down by 80 for those that have we have applied all the reductions that we can. Right. Okay. The reason I'm going with effectivity 1s is they're just cheaper to produce at this stage. Okay, so we're down to 19 now. I need another one for here. Okay, so that's that. Now, I'm going to need to go and find the copper smelting. Aha, found it. Now, am I standing? Yes, I am. I am in the logistics network. That's great. So, yeah, kind of my thoughts on fixing power problems comes down to a mixture of 3 things. Firstly, finding efficiencies where you can, deleting old things that are no longer any use to you. For example, those massive laser emplacements that were covered by other laser replacements. They're no longer needed. What else? So yeah, removing the inefficiencies. Secondly, increasing your total solar. That is the second step. So continuing to fight on that that total number of solar plants, because that will further increase your power supply, and then therefore your basically independence from steam and from lots and lots of coal running around the place, which you can see Kris has a lot of. And then lastly, effectivity modules. And you run around and you gun for things like your electric furnaces if you use them. You run around and you look for things like your miners, electric miners. They're often a good target for them. We can just delete this. So you can see that I've got it down to 19 megawatts in a couple of minutes. So that's saving us a megawatt of power. This I got from 3.2 and 20 something megawatts, I reckon. So let's have a look at the 10-minute graph. You can see that there's a definite trend down in green, I reckon. Orange, as we've reduced that as well. Blue's always going to be high. Purple, well, that's that. So we can see that green in this baseline here is much lower than this baseline here. Orange, the baseline is now here by the looks of it, and it was up here. You can see these drops just by what I'm doing. The red. The next thing I do is when I start getting some of these in stock, is to run around and place them in my mining drills, because mining drills, they take up a shit ton of power, 11 megawatts. That's fifth most. Looking at doing some of the assembly machines as well, because they're taking up 10 megawatts at the moment. And that's how I would counter the whole power problem. Just jump over here. Whoop. So this has, damn it. Okay, these have all got speed modules in them, which also wouldn't be helping matters, because speed modules, you can see, increase energy consumption by 120%, and that's okay if you want to get more, the total speed. But total speed is not an issue at this factory. Like, if speed is an issue, add more factories, I would say, would be the best way of going. Add more smelting, add more more assemblers, and just scale up, rather than trying to get more out of the same old, same old. So that's that. Okay. So yeah, that hopefully I've demonstrated a few ways on how to get more out of your factory, reduce that power requirements. Wow, that's a lot of steel. I wonder where this is all coming from. Interesting questions. Requested chests. Lots and lots of requested chests. Okay. So, that's my thoughts on the power situation. Hopefully I've been of some assistance to Kris. We'll consider this factory fixed for the moment until it comes back again with more issues, but by the look of his research, very, very close to rocket defense. He just needs to get through the rocket shooting speed, branch, go through speed 2, speed 3, speed 4, speed 5, and then you get to rocket defense. And of course he's going to need a lot of modules. So I don't think he'll have any problems getting there. He'll just need to scale up his factory right now and yeah, apply some of those efficiency ideas and a few of those ideas on how to reduce his total power consumption. I've been Negative Root. Thank you very much for joining me in this episode, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.